You can always start over, and I mean that. It's currently a summer afternoon. There is so much going on in my life. I'm sure you have so much going on in your life. And everybody is always pushing this idea of productivity and being able to get everything done so quickly that we never really have the time to sit and look at ourselves and see what we are as a product of our environment. And by that I mean you are waking up every morning and then you're doing the same things, and of course this like depends on who you are, but you might be doing something in a very specific way. You have a very specific routine, you talk to the same people, and you don't realize how that might have an impact on you. You might not take breaks from doing things such as, say, doom scrolling, and it can have an impact on you that is so, I don't want to say detrimental, but it's very inherent and you can tell, but you can't tell when it's happening. So getting to know yourself throughout the process of life is so important. And I was just saying this because, listen, I'm in the middle of cleaning, but this really just came to me. I knew I had to tell you about this. I know that this is going to reach somebody that it needs to. Knowing yourself, and I want to make this very clear. I don't think that there will ever come a point in anyone's life where they are like, yes, I truly know myself. I know my ins and outs. I mean, I talk about it a lot. If you don't know me, my name is Phoebe. I make Phoebe-lations, so on TikTok every night. But knowing yourself, you never come to that point. And it is a gradual process that takes being able to be present with yourself. It takes writing down your feelings, and it takes understanding that you are not perfect, because there will be other people, you will have conflicts in your life where people will insult you. And so since we have been conditioned to take insults from other people and see every conflict as something that is a threat to your character or your insecurity, or something that you should be insecure about, it's hard for us to confront ourselves, because then you kind of see it as you're kind of bashing on yourself. And so in turn, what really happens is we look at that, and anytime that there is something that we might see that's wrong with ourselves, we kind of just push it to the side. We're like, oh, I'm a great person. No, it's okay. Like, I'm fine. I'm just a product of my environment. I grew up like this. That's why I'm like this, you know? You don't have to stay the same though. And you don't have to view conflict with yourself in that lens. You can be a great person and also have things that you need to work on. And actually that is how it is. Because I mean, I would like to make the argument that you cannot be a great person in the way that, I don't want to say society, but like society looks at it, you know? And so I think it's really important to realize that, because everybody's human at the end of the day. Everybody has a lot going on in their heads. There are so many things that are happening to everybody in their life. Nobody has it all together, which is why so many people feel insecure as well. Because you open up, like I was saying earlier, your social media, maybe it's in the morning, maybe it's right after you wake up, because let's be honest, it's very hard to wait an hour after you wake up to open up social media or go on your phone. You are seeing these people who seem like they have it all together. I mean, I never really talk about what's going on in my life. And you never see what's going on behind the scenes. And so even in the back of your head, subconsciously, that's what I was looking for, you might perceive this, even if you don't know, as other people do not have problems to the extent that I have problems. And that can be problematic for so many reasons. I mean, you can look at that and be like, okay, well, I'm okay with being the way that I am right now because I have too many problems to try and improve myself. Now you are the one keeping yourself down. It's not your issues anymore, it's your mindset. You know how people say like mind over matter, right? And on the other hand, that victim mindset, though you are so valid for realizing that you do have issues, that victim mindset can really hold you back. I mean, how I just said. You know what I mean? So there are so many reasons why you might have this identity shaped around yourself. And identity, I say that in quotations because, you know, like I was saying before, you're not set in stone. Like, do you know that audio on TikTok, like if you've heard it, it's like, you are not set in stone. If you don't like yourself, change. It's usually put with like these pictures of somebody with a perfect life, and it's like going to the gym, waking up at 6 a.m. Like, if you haven't seen it, that's okay. Like, that's basically the gist of it. They're talking about, it's an audio, and it's like bam bam lifestyle, amazing, clean girl, you know, like all of those. And I have so many opinions on that, but the way that it is portrayed to become another version of yourself is so much different than it actually is. What it really is just being present with yourself. If you are able to call out yourself on your mistakes, that will put you above 99% of people, because that is such a large sign of emotional intelligence, because you are able to look at yourself in the fact that you are not perfect. When society tells you that if you are not perfect, you are a terrible person. We often think in black and whites, you know, and it's easy because it's safe. But at the end of the day, if you just go along with the way that life is pushing you and you don't even think about it, you will be put in a situation one day where you will not be able to recognize yourself, not because you're not there, but because you have been conditioned to not be able to look at yourself and perceive yourself because you're so worried about the way that other people are perceiving you. And I get very passionate about this because this is something that I have gone through for a while, you know. It is so easy for other people to also place us into boxes, because if somebody can put you into a specific box, then they are able to perceive you in a way that is safe. Because if you're an unknown person, like if I'm an unknown person to you, you have probably subconsciously already put me in this category, right? Okay, here's this kind of person. Oh, I know, like, I have this friend who's like this, so she's not like that. And it's safe because the unknown is unsafe to the human mind. But if other people put you in a box and you just accept that box because it's safe, you will never get to know yourself. And that's that. Some food for thought. I'm very passionate about this.